Alright YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I was at the gym yesterday working out and I saw another gym goer wearing a fairly beat up but still generally good condition Rolex Explorer 2 16570. It was the 40mm version with the red GMT hand, and it was an absolutely beautiful piece. Clearly he had taken care of it, and when I asked him about it, he said that he had worn that watch for over 20 years and he was going to keep it for the rest of his life. And it got me thinking about, what watch in my collection kind of takes that place of the everyday, really nice watch that I've made a lot of memories with. And for me, the answer is quite clear, and it's my Rolex Datejust. I've had this Rolex Datejust now for 2 years, and it was supposed to be rather just a stepping stone. I wasn't really supposed to hold on to this, but I ended up keeping it because of reasons that I'll get into in this video. It got my foot in the door with the authorized dealer, and I bought it thinking that it would get me a Submariner, which it did. But 2 years on, the irony is that I wear this Datejust more than my Submariner. I love my Submariner a lot. It's a mainstay in my collection and it is my grail watch, but I wear this watch much more often. And, even though this watch was meant to be only a temporary piece in my collection, it has ended up becoming the one that I've lived the most life in. Selling it now would feel like giving away a chapter of myself. And in the world of material items, there are things that we treat as disposable, right? There's toilet paper and running shoes and iPhones. All of these products are designed to be used and then disposed of eventually. There are also things that we do like to hold on to sometimes, computers, suits, or books. And then there are those special items that become witnesses to our lives, whether that is a dream car, our first home, or a really nice watch. And this Datejust here, this Rolex Datejust in 41mm with a smooth bezel and black dial, fits into that third category. 2 years and some change has been long enough for my Datejust to stop being just a watch that I own and start becoming a timestamp for who I was, what I went through, and who I'm becoming. Because arguably of all of the Rolexes that I do own and all of the ones that I will ever own, this has become one of the most important, because it is no longer tied to anything like hype or desire or any of that stuff, right? It is tied to a lot of really important memories and experiences in my life that I've been through. Because I've worn this through both good and bad times. I have worn this on my wrist through long nights in the operations center. It's been through some very hard workouts in the gym, which I don't recommend doing, by the way. Even though it can survive, I don't recommend putting your nice watch through that kind of torture. But it's been my companion through the range. It's been to the range more times I can count, and it's never lost time. And it was there through dates, breakups, and the rebuilding phases of my life in the wake of those breakups. It was there when I had wins, losses, awards, and setbacks in my professional life. And it was there through all of that. And it's been telling time constantly and accurately through all the areas of through all the eras, of my identity shifting. It wasn't my first watch though. It was simply the first watch rather, that would stick around in my collection permanently. Because before I was into collecting watches, I did have a Fossil Townsman automatic that I kept for 7 years. I made many memories with that watch as well. But one night I accidentally broke the watch when I was really drunk, and I ended up ripping the crown out of the case because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I got my wrist caught in a door frame, and I just ripped my arm out, and the crown came flying out of the watch. It took me like an hour to discover what had happened, and I had to rummage around in the snow to find the crown and stick it back in. Not a good experience. I don't recommend ever doing that. But I replaced that Fossil Townsman automatic with a Tissot C-Star, and that did scratch the itch for a real Swiss diver's watch, but it had no emotional anchor, and it was a little too big for my wrist, so it really didn't stick around. And then one day I saw my commanding officer at the time wearing an Omega Seamaster Diver 300M. So later that month I ended up buying my own. And objectively I knew it was a great watch, but as time passed I also knew deep down that I was only keeping it until something else came along. So a couple months after that I ended up getting a Planet Ocean, and that watch simply never clicked for me. I tried to wear that watch and tried to like it, but it just wasn't working out. But all of those pieces at the end of the day were experiments, in that they helped me to learn my taste and form it, but I really did not have any attachments to any of them. My Datejust was different. Every other watch fell off because my standards evolved, or my taste sharpened, my identity shifted, and my lifestyle changed. But the Datejust, once I got it, adapted to that evolution. It is at home at the range, at the ball, at any formal event, in the gym, or at dinner with friends. And I could wear it on the best day of my life or the worst. It was never really tied to any particular phase of my life, but it's tied to my life as a whole at this point. And there's an element of irony to this, because I bought this Datejust as a strategic move, in that it was a foot in the door with my authorized dealer. I bought it to build rapport and to prove that I was a serious buyer, because when I first walked into my authorized dealer, the first thing I asked for was a no-date Submariner. And I wanted to get on the radar of my AD for a Submariner. But they suggested this instead, and I said yes to it. Not necessarily because I was super interested in it, but because I knew that if I bought this and I proved that I was a serious buyer, I knew that they would take my request for a Submariner very seriously. And eventually, I did get the call for a Submariner. It's sitting in my watch box right now, so, happy endings. But 8 days later, after I requested this, it came through, and 2 years later, this watch has come to represent much more than just a simple transaction. It is a part of me now. It is a personal signature. It's a personal statement for me, and it is an extension of who I am, in every sense of the word. A watch that you buy as a stepping stone becomes a keeper when the memories that it holds outweigh the strategy that you use to justify buying it in the first place. I say that because that's exactly what happened with this. The strategy that I used to buy it was shaky at best, and it had only a small likelihood of paying off. But in the time that I've owned this, and in the times that I've worn this, and with the memories that I've made with it, it has become, again, probably one of the most important watches in my collection thus far. So I can't sell this watch, even if something nicer comes along. I don't want to sell this watch at all, because I have too many memories tied to this watch in order to give it up. It is no longer tied to just my authorized dealer. It is tied to me. It is the true beginning of my collecting journey, in that it is, again, the first one that I bought that is stuck around permanently. And letting go of it now would feel like erasing some very important chapters in my life. At the end of the day, our lives are built on the memories that we make, both good and bad. And the things that we carried with us during those times become extensions of our being. And that's exactly what happened here. Lastly, again, I did get the Submariner, but in the emotional hierarchy of my collection, it comes second to the Datejust. The market will always put the sub over the Datejust because that's just the one that gets more hype, gets more clicks. It has higher retained value on the secondary market. But if I based my collecting decisions entirely off of what hype beasts and dealers thought, I would have a very boring collection that just doesn't resonate with me at all. The Submariner, yes, is incredible. It is absolutely iconic, it is desirable, it is coveted, and it is objectively one of the best tool watches ever made. But my sub has not accumulated the same day-to-day life and day-to-day wear that my other watch has. The Sub is my special occasion watch. It is a statement piece, and in some ways it is also a flex, because again, not everyone has one. They are easier to get than they were before during the height of COVID, but not everyone has one yet. The Datejust represents, for me, stability, and it represents a sort of quiet confidence in material form. So that's why I really find myself gravitating towards it more often than other pieces, because while the Sub was my goal, while it was my grail watch, this one became my life's watch, and I can't foresee myself ever parting with this, because it is a part of my life at this point. It is a part of who I am. It is an extension of who I am, and there is nothing else out there that is going to dethrone this for me. Even with the massive amount of grails that are out there that are conceivable. Another Sub, a GMT Master 2, the 5712 from Patek Philippe, so on and so forth, right? To sum up, I will likely own this piece for the rest of my life, and with any luck, it'll be on my wrist when I die and pass on into the next life. And yeah, this watch means everything to me. This watch has been with me through good and bad, and I hope it continues to stick by me and be a faithful companion throughout my life. Last thing I want to know is whether or not you guys have a piece like this in your collection. Whatever it is, I want to know what it is. What watch for you has become your life companion? What watch are you so emotionally attached to that you could never even dream of selling it? I want to know what that watch is, and I want to hear your thoughts on this video down in the comments below. If you would like to see an actual review of this watch, where I talk about the specifications, the durability, the reliability of it, I'll link to my review of this watch down in the description below. But if you've made it this far, I just want to thank you very much for watching my channel and supporting me this far, because it means a lot to me. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those cool things, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.